Friends, gents, ladies, gentlemen, whoever's here, I salute you. We salute you. What a day. What a day. Listen, I think, let's get a fur coat here. I think we deserve a fur coat. Fake one, whatever you want to do. Don't need PETA coming after us. Listen, wow. SoundHound needs to calm down. This needs to sell off a little bit because I think a lot of us have sold out and we're like, we want to get back in here, but obviously SoundHound has become quite popular. It's very weird here because SoundHound was like that friend you had that no one knew, and then they did something really cool and now they're really popular, and you're like, you remember me? I believed in you before all this happened. So that's where SoundHound is at right now. I mean, it's gone freaking astronomical. Everyone's talking about it. It's in the zeitgeist. It is unreal how massive this stock has grown just in the last 48 hours. So from Monday to today, Friday, yapping about it. Wow. Everyone's talking about it. So obviously I know a lot of you left comments today. I tried to get to everyone, reply that you're majorly up. You were buying SoundHound at $6, $5, $4, $3. Even if you bought in at $10 at this point, you should be in some nice profit range depending on how much capital you put in there. Now I'm gonna scan a few other stocks, but SoundHound being the majority of the winning of the day. I mean, this is a victory right now, and you deserve a pat on the back. And people gave me money today. Some of you gave me really big gifts, so I just thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that, and I will make sure I put that money in the market and buy my children a nice Christmas present. So I really do appreciate that. You don't have to do that, but I swear that means a lot to me. I really do mean that. Especially in this day and time when money is so tight with everybody and things just are out of control. But getting back to stocks here, I don't want to repeat what I talked about last night, go strictly over everything, but just kind of rounding about everything that we've talked about here. It's Friday. It's been an amazing week in the market. I'm still kind of wondering if the market, we're on a really good path right now in the market. I mean, we're a really good path. And no matter what, we know whatever happens here towards the end of December, we've got January. We've got the inauguration. We've got Trump coming in here, and the market's going to go freaking nuts. So whatever happens here, we should be safe. But there is a conversation. Let's kind of, roundabout talk about what could happen here. So I think it's like January 18th, somewhere around there, where Jerome Powell's supposed to start talking here, and he's going to talk about the rate cuts. And a lot of people are saying that he might halt the rate cuts, that he might stop them. Who knows? I don't know. Now, that could be bad for SoFi. It won't be, terrible where it sends SoFi sinking back down to low digits. It will. It'll hurt a little bit with SoFi, but SoFi is on a great path up right now. So SoFi is still a solid investment right now, especially anywhere under $20 here. I personally think SoFi is going to be at $20 here sooner than we think here. It has optimal opportunity to hit that going into January here with Trump taking over, because we know how that's going to play out. Palantir is doing amazing. Palantir, I mean, listen, I said it 2 weeks ago, Palantir was going to $80, and people were agreeing, people were disagreeing. It's okay. Hopefully people were buying in. Palantir, essentially $77 a day. We'll round it up there. Palantir is going into $80. It's going to go to $90, and probably by somewhere around January, February, we could be at 100 or in some change here with Palantir stock. That's happening. If people, whoever's saying that, listen, if people are still denying Palantir, these are the same people that were denying Palantir at 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks, okay? 50 bucks, 60 bucks, I can get where they're coming from, but when you break down the numbers of what Palantir is doing, you can't deny what's going on there. They have no competition. They have no ceiling right now, and what's coming here in 2025 with AI and Palantir and government contracts with Trump taking over and highly investing into defense stocks, aka Palantir, who already has defense stocks with the United States, that stock is going to continue to grow. I mean, just 100%. Let me drink some coffee here. Next, NVIDIA solid play in 2025. That's all I'm going to talk about, because you can either say two words about NVIDIA or just talk about it the whole time, and I think NVIDIA's solid play, okay? Getting here, let's talk about SoundHound and BigBear AI, because I think these are two very drastic different opportunities right now. Okay, so obviously just kind of talk about SoundHound, and like I said, I don't want to make this a long drawn out video, you know, preaching what I've already preached here, because not a lot has changed here besides prices have went up, and you know, SoundHound has taken over just this. I mean, every article right now with what you're seeing, you know, Christmas has come early here with SoundHound. I mean, it is. Listen, I was expecting SoundHound to go to $20 somewhere in February, March, okay? Obviously, SoundHound is looking for $20 sooner than later here. Now, you know, I've went over all the information with SoundHound, so if you're new here and I don't mention things, I've mentioned it. Trust me, I've been drinking the juice on SoundHound a lot here. I've been yapping my gums about SoundHound since, I don't know, early in the year, when this stuff was $3, $4 and no one was talking about it. I mean, I was making SoundHound videos 6 months ago and I was getting like 200 views on those videos because no one knew about SoundHound. They weren't buying it. They were like, you know, people were literally coming at me, and I totally get it in the comments, saying SoundHound has too much debt. There's no way they're going to be a double-digit stock anytime this year. They're probably going to go to $1 again. I get why people say that. Okay, I get that conversation. That conversation can be transformed with BBAI AI here, BigBear. I'll get to that. That can be that conversation, but SoundHound is a totally different situation right now. You've got a company, SoundHound here, who we're talking about now, who is projected in 2025 to. We already know they're going to double their revenue. That's guaranteed. They've come out and said, "Hey, this is what's going to happen. We're doing this." They've been sealing deals here the last few months. I mean, they keep getting deals just nonstop. The car deals, the fast food deals, the France deal that just happened. You can look all this stuff up. People don't want to hear me go over deals. It's boring. You can look all this stuff up. It's all there. It's right in front of you. But you know, right now in the NVIDIA deal, in the beginning of the year, NVIDIA invested a whole lot of money in the SoundHound. Then just days ago, they came out and they said we're doubling down on that investment, and they put another chunk of change in SoundHound here. So, and this is kind of, I will say this, I don't personally think this is going to happen. If it does, fantastic. I almost don't want it to happen, and then I do, but there is a lot of whispers and gossip out there, you know, in the stock community that NVIDIA could buy SoundHound. Now, this has not been said by anyone with NVIDIA. This has not been said with anyone by SoundHound, okay? This is strictly just what a lot of us think could happen, especially if things were to go sideways with SoundHound, okay? But SoundHound on its own 2 feet are standing up very tall right now, so I don't see that happening. They're working, and NVIDIA's come out and said this, and SoundHound said this, that they're working together, they're working as a unit, and they're going to remain 2 separate companies. So it's been addressed, but a lot of people do suspect that NVIDIA could buy SoundHound, just 100% buy it. If that were to happen, what would that do to your shares of SoundHound? Well, essentially, you know, whatever the math would project, your SoundHound shares would turn into NVIDIA shares. However, they cut that. You know, if you have like 2,000 shares of SoundHound, you more than likely would not get 2,000 shares of NVIDIA. They would the amount would remain when it comes to money, financially, mathematically, but you know, however, that would be cut up with price ratio at that point. So, but I don't think any of that's happened. I don't want to put that out there too much because there's no clues for that happening. If it did, great, whatever. But I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't want it to happen. But it would be the best case scenario for anything bad to happen. So it's great that they're working together. I mean, SoundHound is working with the biggest AI company essentially right now. I mean, NVIDIA is just massive. Now, when we talk about revenue compared to NVIDIA to SoundHound, I mean, we're talking about water and wine here. I mean, just 2 separate things. You've got NVIDIA, who's wine fancy, just, you know, one of NVIDIA's quarterlies. SoundHound has probably never even, you know, it's probably taken them, you know, the last decade to make that kind of money. Okay, now SoundHound is new to the market here, and then, so if you're looking at, well, they haven't been, well, they have, but it's just to the market here. Okay, now saying that, okay, with SoundHound here, when we talk about stock price here with SoundHound obviously, listen, I projected 10 to 15 bucks, okay? In, 20 at the most, but I wasn't expecting 20 anywhere until like somewhere in the beginning of 2025. So we're so ahead of the game right now. Listen, this is essentially what I would say to people. I don't know what's going to happen at this point, okay? So if you're looking for me to give you more clues, this $10, $15 position where SoundHound's at right now, I'm like, okay, this is pretty much what I suspected. I suspected that it would go to this, okay? Now, $20, when SoundHound hits $20, it's a little over evaluation. And listen, I'm not trying to say anything negative about SoundHound. I'm drinking the juice. I'm there. I am the one with the face painted and standing up and screaming for SoundHound. Like I am that guy in the crowd, like preaching SoundHound. But the big but here, there is conversation that, if you're buying SoundHound at 15 bucks right now, okay, I know a lot of you took profit this week. I took some profit. I'm not going to lie. I sold out of some SoundHound, and I'm going to store it over here. And the conversation that I'm having right now is I suspect SoundHound will have some pullback. I'm looking for some pullback. It's grown so much. I don't know that unless this zeitgeist, this movement, this hype train keeps moving with SoundHound, which it definitely could because this market is producing plenty of that right now. It could move to 16 to 18, possibly, but I would not guarantee those numbers whatsoever right now. It's grown so much in the past, 5 days. It's hard to say that it would keep going at this rate, okay? Even with these deals, it's got a lot of good news around it, right? It's got more good news than bad news. This is a different company from 6 months ago with what's going on right now. But the thing is right now, what I'm trying to say is, if you've sold out and you're worrying about SoundHound going up more where you can't get back in, I just pump the brakes. It's okay. Take a moment, breathe, collect your emotions. This is not the time to just maybe panic buy in, okay? Now, there's conversation here where I hope I'm wrong and I'm right. And I hope I'm right where I'm wrong. I think SoundHound will pull back here. I think it will have a nice pullback to around $10 to $12. The conversation right there is, what's the new bottom of SoundHound? Are we going to stay in this double-digit zone? I could see it bleeding back to $9 on a really bad day. I do suspect the market will have massive sell-off here the last 2 weeks of December, just because that's usually what happens in the market in December, because everyone's taking profit, they're getting some capital, they're moving stocks around, they're getting their taxes straight, and people aren't spending money, they're broke, Christmas, all that, travel, whatnot. So I suspect that next week will be good in the market. It'll probably be a good week, but then the last 2 weeks in the market, just like I talked about a minute ago, Jerome Powell is having a meeting. The Feds are having a meeting here, like days before Christmas. I don't know what they're going to talk about. Okay, if they come out with more job report stuff, plus if they halt these rate cuts, I don't think that they will. I don't know. But now that Trump is taking over, this could be different conversation right now. So I just don't know. Okay, listen, being part of investor is it's being the detective. You're trying to put clues together what's going to happen. Okay, we've done good up to this point, but with SoundHound here, my what I ask myself right now is, we've made incredible gains. Okay, and if you got here late, I don't think you're late. So don't think you're late. I still think there's a lot of room going on here. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm expecting SoundHound here this time next year to be anywhere from a $20 to $35 stock, okay? If they can double or even triple the revenue by the summer of next year, okay? Imagine that. Imagine if by the time we get to those earnings, we can see the projections coming for what the end of the year is going to be, okay? Listen, SoundHound is one big deal away from something massive happen. And the beautiful part about this is right now is that, Palantir, for instance, I think I just read this article where the last 100 deals that Palantir has got, they've all been $1 billion at least. Okay, SoundHound would kill for those just a handful of those deals. SoundHound's in a totally different category where it's not making that kind of money. We want to get there, But imagine if SoundHound got $1 billion deal. Do you know what that would do to the stock overnight? It can happen any moment. Any moment that can happen, okay? Any moment it can get $1 billion deal. So if that were to happen, yeah, we're going to keep $10. We're going to keep $15. We're going to move to $20 a share price, okay? That's how these things progress so fast. I honestly, here's two things, and this might make some people mad here. But what these prices, why you're paying so high right now for SoundHound, it is 100% because of the good deals coming, because people are seeing the projections in the next year, the projections into next year. SoundHound has captured, it's captured the FOMO, it's captured the zeitgeist. People are looking for new investments going into the new year. They're looking for small cap stocks right now that have huge potential, and SoundHound has shown that it is going to do some damage here in 2025. That's why I've been preaching. If you were listening to me back a few months ago, where I said SoundHound is going to be the dark horse of 2025, and man, it is looking that way right now. So I for the people that were leaving me comments 4 or 5 months ago telling me I was crazy about SoundHound, I am so sorry for your loss right now. That it is a terrible feeling. Trust me, I get it. I have felt it. Thank God we kept holding on here. So with that, I'm curious to see what SoundHound's going to do here from this point on. I dare say Monday sometime we'll see some pullback. Next week's going to be interesting. We might have another great week in the market next week. After that, like going into Christmas week, the week after New Year week, all that kind of stuff, I'm expecting pullback in the market, okay? Now, me saying that, I'm probably pulling a Jim Cramer here. I'm completely wrong. This market has proved everyone wrong at this point, okay? I'm happy as can be right now. This is a beautiful, fantastic situation that has happened here. I am personally hoping for pullback in SoundHound, as crazy as that conversation is, but I think a lot of us are, because a lot of us have taken some profit. We've sold out, and we're wanting to get back in. So, but if you sold out at 10, you sold out at 9, I don't know. I don't know that we're going to go back that low. I don't know. The big takeoff here was around this, $10, $9 position. So with that huge jump up from $9 to $10, and then the progression up $5 more, breaking 15 and 1 penny today, that's a lot of shares to lose trying to get back to a $10 to $9 spot. It's going to take some damage in the market. It's going to take some huge profit taking from investors. Can it happen? Absolutely. But either way, listen, if the worst that comes here with SoundHound with sell-off is $9 compared to where we were just 30 days ago, friends, we're still on the beach. We're still drinking our martinis here. We're doing fantastic. Okay, so at the end of the conversation here, great place to be. Okay, now obviously too. And this is the last thing I'll say, and I'll shut up. If SoundHound sells off to $9 to $10 here, it's not going to be there long. You know why? Because everyone's aware of what's going on with SoundHound and what's coming here in 2025. So it will be ate up very, very fast. This stock it's going to keep traveling up, I guarantee you, because people are aware of it. They know about it now. It's very popular. It's in a very dangerous position for you not to take focus on it, to have attention to it right now, because it's out there. People know about it now. It is what it is. BBI AI, BigBear AI Holdings. Okay, this is another little bitty baby stock AI company. Some people are saying it's kind of essentially it's somewhat just it's like you've got the grown-up Palantir, and then you've got the little baby AI company here that is BigBear, that's trying to make a name for itself, and that's coming on the scene here. Now, with this stock, I have said this, and I have to say it every time, because if I don't, some people will take what I'm about to say wrong, and they will put a ton of money in the stock, and then something bad could happen here, and they'll come back at me. So I do want to say this before I say the good, I want to say the bad. Listen, I personally have started a position in BigBear here, but here comes the big but, here comes the double-edged sword. I am fully aware this could go south very fast. I am fully aware that this will not lead to anything but death and destruction here in 2025. Now, Why am I saying bad things like that when I'm talking about this company? I'm putting money in this because I'm taking a huge risk. I'm taking a huge gamble. Literally right now, how I feel about investing in this company, I feel very enthusiastic and excited, but also every penny I put in the stock right now, I set it on fire because I don't know that I'm going to get my money back, or it's going to be tied up and held up in this stock here for all of 2025. My predictions and my wants and needs in this stock for 2025 are this. They're very simple. All I want and all I am hoping for with BigBear AI Holdings this year in 2025 is that the stock can maybe sustain a $3 to $6 position all year. It can pay off at least 3/4 of the massive debt that it has, maybe build up some more cash flow. And third, they get really a lot more big contracts. Okay, they have one big government contract right now, and that's kind of why they have a lot of hype around them. So this is a situation where you are not guaranteed to have huge numbers. Right now it's moving because it's high, people are talking about it, people are looking for AI stocks right now. There is a heavy search out there right now for AI stocks. That's why SoundHound's moving, that's why BigBear's moving here. Now SoundHound, solid investment, solid investment. Okay, that's got potential. That's going to move heavy into 2025, guaranteed. BigBear, I don't know still. Okay, it's moving now, yes, but be very aware. This three and some change dollar position it's at right now, this could be $2.50 to $1.80 in 7 trading days. Okay, this is going to be a very violent stock to hold here for a while because it's just a young company. It doesn't have great finances behind it. It doesn't have great reports behind it. You're taking a chance. You're trying to get into something very young and mature. Trying to hold it till it becomes mature here. Okay, so that's what I want to say. And listen, this is, if you hold BigBear, like, I'm right there with you. I'm not trying to say negative things. I'm trying to be completely honest with you. This is going to be a rough play in 2025, okay? So be very aware of that. Yes, it's very cheap. It's very affordable for everyone right now. Good, great, grand, we're on the same page. If you're buying the stuff, like, and it goes south, if the stock sells off here to $2.50 to under $2, don't be like, oh my God, I got a panic sell. Just know your main focus for right now, if you're taking a chance on this stock, should just be, I'm just trying to build a position. I'm trying to accumulate as much of this stock as I can, because maybe this time next year, those 3 things that I said will at least be there. I'm not trying to become a millionaire in 2025 with BigBear AI here. I'm just trying to build a position to maybe where next year, this time next year, I'm sitting here, I'm going, all right, they've paid off a lot of debt. They've got some huge deals and they're going somewhere. That's what I'm counting on with BigBear. That's what I'm moving on. Now, obviously by the summer, they could get some big deals. They could do something really big here. This could change in an instant. But right now, with evidence that we have with this stock, this company, I cannot guarantee any of that right now. So please understand that conversation that I'm preaching here right now. Friends, I will be talking more this weekend. I wish all of you the best of luck out there. We're doing fantastic. Merry Christmas already to us. I hope all of you made massive gains, took profit, didn't take profit, whatever you did. Buy your wife something, your boyfriends, whatever, your kids something. We're doing it. We're changing our futures. We're changing our kids' futures. We're doing this. We can do this. We can beat this market. It is possible. And man, the next 4 years are going to be spectacular. Friends, take care of yourself. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.